Then watch me do it again. Tell them I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. We already know that we the coldest.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the U. Ladies and gentlemen, the New York Yankees have released Marcus Stroman. Now, some of you are probably wondering, and they're probably sitting there saying, Pete, why are you going live for this? Like, is this really that big news to go live for something like this? Yes, it actually is pretty big news to go live for something like this. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly why I feel that way. First and foremost, let's take a look at how this happened. So this news obviously broke very, very recently here. Prior to tonight's game, the Yankees made the following roster moves. Added David Bednar, Jake Bird, Camilo Duvall, Jose Cabayto to the active roster. They released right-handed pitcher Marcus Stroman from the roster. Now again, shout out real quick, by the way, Brian Cashman. Oh, what a trade deadline it was for the Yankees and Brian Cashman. But I want to sit here for a second and talk about, like, why is this significant, Pete? Like, what is this about? Like, why do you care about this for? Well, because this tells me something about the Yankees. They're thinking differently. Something hit. Something has clicked here. And I'm not sitting here saying that something has clicked in the sense that, oh my God, the Yankees are going to go like a rocket and just take off here. I'm not saying that. But somewhere in this organization, they are hearing the fans. They are hearing us. They are understanding something has been wrong here. This team feels like they are starting to grow a set of balls. And that's a beautiful thing. Don't get me wrong. DJ LeMahieu happened, right? As Alex says, DJ LeMahieu next. DJ LeMahieu's already gone, brother. DJ LeMahieu's already been DFA'd. DJ LeMahieu's been gone. They already did this. That was the first step. For them to go ahead right now when they didn't even go out there, get a starting pitcher, they go out right now and go, I don't want to see you pitch every day anymore. You're done. Marcus Stroman is done. Now look, there's going to be one nice thing I say about Marcus Stroman here, and it's not going to be I'm beating him up, but it's amazing how life has its ways of coming back and biting you on the ass. Marcus Stroman walked into the Lions den. I respect that as a man. He walked into the Lions den. He sat there and he said, hey, I know what I've said in the past about this organization. I know what I've said in the past about Brian Cashman. I want to play in New York. I want to face this one-on-one. He did it, and he failed miserably. He's on record of saying, look at the guys the Yankees got starting in the postseason. They all suck. I would be in there. They didn't want to trade for me, but I would have been in there. Well, Marcus, you had your opportunity, and you didn't even throw a pitch in the postseason. They said put you on a roster to be nice on one of those series, but we ain't going to put you in the game. Marcus Stroman's career as a New York Yankee is going to go down as a miserable failed attempt. It was bad. And do I blame Brian Cashman? Maybe for the multi-year deal. Maybe you gave him just one. But they took a risk. A guy came to them and said, hey, look, I know what's been said. I'll take a little bit less money, and I'll come here and play. Career, 13-11, 4.69 ERA. It has not been good. I'm a starter. Remember that one? Well, maybe for another club, you'll be a starter now because you're not a starter for the New York Yankees. 2, me and Marcus Stroman have a little bit of history, believe it or not. And it's okay. It's cool. Everybody, throw shots. I'm not saying that I've done anything that Marcus Stroman has done. He's a professional athlete, phenomenal, had a very good career. I remember when Marcus Stroman told me, yeah, go ahead, have fun with that little podcast of yours. Well, this little podcast is growing really quickly, and we keep growing and keep growing and we will keep growing and keep growing and keep growing. We are New York. We are New York here at NYU. We love New York. We are New York. We live New York. We know if we're wrong, we talk about it. We stand up for that. That's who we are here at NYYU. But I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, you know, I'm so excited about Marcus Stroman. Oh my God, great, he's gone. The problem with that stuff is that receipts do exist. Receipts do exist. Things like this do exist. And Marcus had a ton to say about how the Yankees ran their organization. He had every opportunity to come here, make up for it, and make a difference. And let's be honest here, folks. He fell on his face. He absolutely fell flat on his face. And that's all there is to it. Boom! Fell flat on his face. That's it. And for the Yankees now, forget Marcus Stroman. For the Yankees to do what the New York Yankees did, that, my friends, is extremely, extremely impressive. Whether you... Look, everybody knows we tell the truth on what we feel is the truth about the Yankees here. A lot of people may disagree. Some people do agree with it. Other people don't agree with it. Fine, that's how life works. We're going to have disagreements. But you can't deny that the Yankees now, over the last couple of days at least, last week and a half, front office-wise, have done some really good things. As E. Diego says, DFA train starting any chance we find someone there. You got to put him out. You got to put him out. JJ's Spuds, my guy. I appreciate you, brother. But I do want to talk about this again real quick. The Yankees at the deadline, because I didn't do an all rise today, as you guys know, but I did want to have a chance to talk about some of this stuff a little bit. This feels like an addition of the deadline. And I know that sounds crazy because there is a such thing as adding by subtraction. This is subtracting. This is an addition by subtraction. I'm sorry. You got somebody better in this system. I don't give a poop who it is. Cam Schlittler could keep starting. I don't care if you bring up somebody from the minor leagues. Anybody else is better than what Marcus Stroman was giving you. And on top of that, when Marcus Stroman said, I'm a starter, I agreed with him. You know why I agree with him? Because he's right. You ain't coming out the bullpen for no team. How the hell can you come out the bullpen? So for the Yankees to finally say, you know what? We haven't liked this guy as a starter. We got to decide on who we're going to take off this roster a little bit. You know what? We're going to take him off the roster because he doesn't fit this. When personally, I feel like in years past, the Yankees may have said, let's just storm in a bullpen and we need somebody that gives innings. We'll just throw him there. I like that the Yankees did this with DJ LeMahieu. And DJ LeMahieu's never said nothing wrong about the Yankees. DJ LeMahieu has never been an ass. DJ LeMahieu has never said, I'm going to go to Twitter. He's never been that guy. That's never been DJ LeMahieu. But everybody knows for the Yankees to win, this just didn't work. This didn't make sense anymore. And for the Yankees today to continue to sit there and go, this doesn't make sense, let's act upon it. That is something we have always asked for as fans. Act upon it. Move. Do it. Jack Curry apparently just confirmed that Cam Schlittler will be the fifth starter behind Will Warren. DJ Steele says, chat, Heels taking Stroh's spot and Cam will be number 5. Bingo. Bingo. Risky move, though? No, it's not a risky move, Luke. I'm going to tell you why it's not a risky move. The Yankees still have some minor league depth. They do. They still got some guys in the minor leagues that could take over. They just completely reformed their entire bullpen. A masterful job. Guys, I'm sitting over here today and I'm gushing over what Brian Cashman did. Again, I understand where we didn't get the starter. But they're holding true to their own belief that even though we didn't get a starter, we're going to dump a fucking starter that we don't need. This is the type of things that you're sticking to your guts. This is the plan and you're sticking to it. I like that. I like that Brian Cashman went out there and said, well, the starter market's kind of tough. Did anybody expect Camilo Duvall at the end of all those other moves? I was sitting there going, damn. You know, for me, it's probably going to be a B right now because I want that starter. When they added Camilo Duvall like that, I said, shit. Holy fuck. Bednar, Bird, Duvall, Cruz, Weaver. It's tough to debate it. Cabayto is somebody a lot of people aren't talking about. I like that move a lot. A ton. And maybe the Yankees are kind of sticking to a certain code here. Maybe they're sticking to something they're really excited about. They really enjoy. They really like. But this is this a turning point for this club this season? I don't know. Are we going to see the Yankees start playing much better baseball here? I don't know. I do know one thing I could say today is the front office, being a Yankee fan yesterday, being a Yankee fan the last week when it comes to getting McMahon, who has been really good, when it comes to getting Ahmed Rosario, who has become like the team's cheerleader. Ahmed Rosario has just got here. He's jumping over the fucking thing and giving everybody high fives and hyping up the crowd when they're hitting homers and doing something big. He doesn't have to do that. He's brand new. I like all of this. This is good. This is good. Again, does this mean that the Yankees go off? I don't know. It's yet to be seen. But I like that they are saying, if you haven't performed, you're gone. We will make changes. Are they babying Anthony Volpe? Do people want to see Volpe get a seat? Let me tell you guys something real quick. I don't know what Caballero's shortstop numbers look like, but I bet your ass on this. They got him for a reason. If you don't think you'll see that man sit there and maybe get a start at shortstop if Volpe keeps struggling, I want to say I think you might be wrong, and maybe I'll be wrong about this. Maybe I'll be the guy screaming my lungs out going, why are they not playing this guy? We'll see what happens. Maybe they will. Is it going to be every day? No, you'll see Volpe out there every day. He's the guy they want to go with. But if he keeps struggling, the errors are keep coming, and he's batting 1-something over another span of a week and a half, you may see him out there. But it gives the Yankees options. And I want to say one more message. I want to say another message here. A message to Aaron Boone. Because I've heard all the rumors, I've heard all the conversation, I've heard all the talk, right, that Aaron Boone doesn't really manage the club. I've been told by past players, former players that aren't too far away from being in the organization that, there's the analytic department. They give you multiple lineups. They go over those lineups. They make certain changes they want, and they know who's pitching this day, and they got to be in the game, and blah, 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 blah. Whatever it is. He's still the manager of the club, and he's still held accountable. Brian Cashman did his job. It is now up to you to win with this team. You now have a baseball team. Not only, a lot of people are focusing with Brian Cashman, and they're going, the bullpen he fixed. No, he didn't. He didn't just fix the bullpen. Brian Cashman fixed the bullpen. He fixed part of the team's defense. But most importantly, he gave this man a shit ton of puzzle pieces to play with. He gave this man so much ammunition to go into battle with that, brother, you just got to manage now. That's all you got to do. You now have a bench that on most days is going to have a Ben Rice, a Jose Caballero, a Big G, a Goldie, whatever. You got nothing but ammo now to play with. Ryan McMahon, Ahmed Rosario. Folks, how much more would you like? If I'm the Yankees and I'm in ownership, and let's just take away all the shit that we believe we know, and Aaron Boone is really out there managing day in and day out. You bet your fucking ass now you're on the hot seat. We just went out there and did all of that. You better at least be back in that chip this year, brother. Because the American League is good. It's probably better than it was last year. But it's a damn buffet, as my man Marvin just said. You got a lot to work with. You think Slater gets the boot when Judge gets back? Maybe. And there's even reports today that they're saying they believe Judge is going to be fine. That's why they've done the moves they did. They really believe that Aaron Judge is going to be very, very good. Now, we might go back to this video at year end and go, Damn, that didn't work. It's possible. It's very, very possible we go back to this video and go, shit, this did not work. Pete, I'm sorry to tell you, brother, that didn't work out too well. I mean, Duvall got to do it here. Now, the one thing I think the Yankees are doing wrong, and I think you guys, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up real quick, because this, to me, this is pretty significant, because I think we all kind of feel the same way, right? The one thing I think the Yankees are doing wrong, and I think they should just be real about this and say, you know what? No, we're going to go with somebody else. They want to stay with him. They want to remain with him. They're sticking to their guns. Okay. All right. I'm going to let you stick to your guns. I'm not going to beat the shit out of you too much, right? This right here, folks. I put a poll out. Here it is. Do you believe Devin Williams should still remain the closer of the New York Yankees? 588 votes right now. 80.3% say no, he should not. It's a poll that has almost 600 votes. We still got about 7 hours to go. 80.3% of the fan base goes, after getting all these guys, I'd make him become a little more situational and utilize Devin Williams, where, to be fair, it's the best he was with this team this year, is when we utilize Devin Williams out of the closing role. And yes, don't get me wrong, Devin Williams has been slightly better as of late, to the point I'll give you guys the numbers, and I'll be fair, and we'll look at the numbers together. I haven't looked at this yet. I know Devin Williams has been better. He's been a little struggling as of late, but we'll look at it together, right? Going over Devin Williams' last 7 games, he's pitching to a 6.43 ERA. Let me pull it on the screen for you guys to see it with me. Let me zoom in a little more, give you guys a little bit better take here. Oh, that's a nice shoe. There you go. 7 games, 7 innings pitched. It hasn't been good, right? 6.43 ERA. His last 15 games, a 4.20 ERA. His last 30 games, a 3.14 ERA. You know what I mean? It is what it is. What are you going to do? This is the type of thing that you see. And as this jerk off, Harlem, New York, I'm getting a check from the New York Yankees, folks. That's what the Yankees are paying Pete Simonetti to say this today. Thank you, Yankees. I expect that check in the mail, brother. You need my address? I'll send it. Thank you, brother. Yes, I'm getting paid by the Yankees. Unbelievable. That is how bad he has been. Devin Williams has not been a closer for the Yankees, and that is my concern here. My concern here is I'm scared as a fan moving forward. You know what I mean? I am scared as a fan moving forward. Here's what I'm scared about. I'm scared about one of these guys, Bird, Bednar, Duvall, pitching really well. Pitching really well, pitching really good. And then the postseason comes around and they disregard that. And they say, fuck it. We're going to stick with Devin Williams. And there's a series against Boston, the Tigers, I don't know. And it's a 1-run game, and Bednar just struck out the side in the 8th. Weaver struck out the side in the 7th. I don't know, Duvall dominated the 7th inning. And Devin Williams comes in and doesn't shove, and we're sitting there going, but we all knew this. Why? But we all knew this. But we all knew this. How do we all know this? That's my last concern with this club. Because everything feels right now. Like even today, I'm sitting there, I'm literally, me and Jira's upstairs, we're having a beautiful conversation. We're talking about things, and my phone hits and I see Stroman released. And I told Jira, I gotta go live. And she's like, you're gonna go live about him being, Stroman being released. I said, I gotta go live for that. That's big. Stroman being released? I'm like, yes, because it's bigger than that. It's bigger than just that. The Yankees have recognized some things here, and I really feel like this is an addition by subtraction, and we're going to see how it works. But I'm happy about this move. I'm excited about this move. I'm excited about what this club could look like going forward. That's what I'm excited about. Now, my only concern here, again, is do they stick with Devin Williams? Or, God forbid, and look, come on, man. I hope that'll be amazing. Devin Williams dominates the rest of the way. Why not? That'll be unbelievable. But my concern here is that Do they change it even in the season if Doval is pitching well? Doval's wild. He gets a bit crazy. If Bednar is pitching well, how is he going to handle New York? We don't know. But if one of these guys really take off and solidify it, will the Yankees give him that spot? If Devin Williams keeps struggling. Here's the thing, too, with the Yankees. You don't owe Devin Williams nothing. Devin Williams is a free agent. Even as it stands right now, if Devin Williams even went on a run, do you want to bring him back? I don't think you bring him back. Anonymous says, even in Milwaukee, he was a better setup man than a closer. Well, look, I've never taken anything away from Devin Williams. I was batshit happy when they got Devin Williams. It was literally announced on All Rise, me and friends, and I went nuts because I've always liked Devin Williams. I didn't know him a lot, but I always knew Devin Williams had amazing numbers. I always knew he struggled in the postseason, so that was always a concern. But I see a guy on the mound that I don't want to see in the postseason for the Yankees at big moments. I just feel it. And I think many of you do, based on even these results on this poll. It's right there. 594 votes now. 80.3% say no. It's about to hit 600 votes. And I would hate to see the Yankees really screw themselves because they did this. Let's look them up real quick. Forget it. I'm not going to look up Devin Williams. Let's look up some of the trades the Yankees made real quick. David Bednar. This is all the guys. Let's do it 3 in a row. We're going to look at the Savant pages of the 3 new additions to the New York Yankees. Let's take a look at Jake Bird real quick. I know a lot of people are down on him, but I really, really liked listening to Adam Ottavino yesterday. Adam Ottavino on MLB Network was basically saying that he believes when this guy gets out of Colorado, he's going to be a way better pitcher. The weird thing is his splits differ from that. He's been way better at Colorado this year, but you can't deny that Jake Bird is a strikeout guy. And Jake Bird is a guy that maybe now you're pitching for something a little more. He could be a much better player. But this now, folks, this is added to the Yankees bullpen. The New York Yankees have added this to their bullpen. That's one. The New York Yankees then went out on a deal. I feel like if everybody was asked before the deadline who's the reliever the Yankees get, I think a lot of people would have said David Bednar. It kind of just felt that way for quite some time that David Bednar would be a New York Yankee. And by the way, these guys are all going to be active today. Pull this up again. David Bednar. There he is right there. This is what the Yankees have just added to their bullpen. Keep an eye on the strikeout numbers of all these gentlemen. 38 innings, 51 Ks. We finally got a guy that has a very, very hard fastball, upwards of the high 90s. This is what the New York Yankees have just added to their club. We got one more to go, folks. This one came out of nowhere, right at the end. Nobody expected this. Camilo Doval, who is going to be locked in for years to come now with the New York Yankees. They might have their future closer right here that they're not paying a lot of money for. Camilo Doval, there you go. Another one. Only throws, his average cutter is only 98 miles an hour. These are the 3 names that the New York Yankees have added to their bullpen. I got to be honest with you guys. There's times when I go out there and I kind of blow off some moves and I go, man, I didn't like it. I'm not going to get overly excited about this stuff. I'm not overly excited about this because I got to see it. But you can't be mad about any of this. And I don't think the majority of Yankee fans are. Even yesterday when we did the 7-hour stream and, we were closing up on that stream and all that. And I remember asking at the end, I said, give me a rating, guys. Give me a A, B, C, D. I put a poll out there. A won 52% of the vote. We had over 1,300 people in the chat. A won. The majority of the fan base enjoyed what the New York Yankees did. Now, don't get me wrong. Will we have all loved the Sandy deal or Edward Cabrera? Yeah, of course. Of course. But I don't know how there's a way you could be upset with what the Yankees did. And I saw a couple of people out there. It's funny because there are a couple of, I think it might have been Fox or one of them. They put out who was the winners. And they didn't even have the Yankees in the top 5. And I'm like, you got to be batshit crazy not to put the Yankees in the top 5. Yankees, to me, are top 3. Top 3. They got to be a top 3. 52% said A, that the Yankees did it. That the Yankees had a very good deadline. If you can't sit there and look at this deadline, and mind you, it's not an off season. It's a deadline. It wasn't an off season. This wasn't planning the off season. This is you got a couple of weeks when teams are finally deciding we're going to go ahead and make some moves. Couple of weeks. That's what the Yankees did in a couple of weeks. Brian Cashman, Mike Fishman, whoever the fuck it was. Good job. Good job. But the Yankees are also getting somebody else back that I don't want anybody to forget about. They're also getting this guy back soon enough. I believe they said it's going to be this month, in maybe mid-month. Fernando Cruz is also coming back, which, mind you, folks, was the best strikeout pitcher, reliever in the American League. And I think at one point in Major League Baseball. They also got him locked in for years. He's coming back. Does this mean the Yankees are the World Series favorite? No. This means that the Yankees, Aaron Boone, and his coaching staff have been given everything to win. To go out there and truly compete without bullshit. They have the chance to compete. You could not ask for more if you're the manager of this club. You couldn't ask for more. They believe Aaron Judge is coming back. That's great news. That's very, very good news. They believe that Judge is coming back. There was, again, I forgot who put out the... Might have been Andy Martino. It might have been Andy Martino, but he put out something basically saying that the Yankees decided to make these moves because they believe Judge's situation is not that bad, and he really is going to be back. You get Judge back in there. You got a way better bench. You can really mix and match now. You know, they're hopefully they didn't trade Jason Dominguez. Does that mean it doesn't happen at the deadline? I don't know. Dominguez is looking a little better in left field. There's a lot of good stuff here, man. There's a lot of good stuff here. And I like Hedrick a lot too, Roy. I'm happy you just brought up Hedrick. Look, Brew Bakers look really good. Jonathan Loaizaga, I don't know what they do there. They got to decide on really because they don't have a lot of slots left. Ian Hamilton's already been sent down. You're not going to see Ian Hamilton? I mean, Sean, I believe he does, man. And look, does that mean that he has a leash of he's going to be removed from being a starter? No, I don't think that's the case. But I do believe that the Yankees now feel in a way that we got somebody that could hit a bit. He's a good fielder. I believe he's a good fielder. I'm going to double check myself on that one, though. But he's really fast. It gives him the option to say, if we sit Volpe today, it's not like we're missing much. Oswald Peraza, as much as I stuck up for this kid, and I've talked about Oswald Peraza till I'm blue in the face, he just never did it, man. He never did it. He never performed well. He never did none of that. If you look at Jose Cabayto here and look at the numbers, so yeah, you know, he's not the greatest offensive presence, but based off the fielding here, he's a pretty damn good fielder. He's also fast. He steals a shit ton of bases. This is a really nice bench piece. Somebody said the other day, who was it? I think when they made this move, somebody said it kind of reminds me of the Jerry Hairston trade, where it's that guy that could kind of do everything. He runs, he could bunt, he plays fundamental baseball. That's Jose Cabayto. That's what he does. That's exactly what he does. So again, you see a guy here that can play all over. He's also a right-handed hitter. This is what the Yankees needed. Speed, stealing bases. He could pinch hit. He could pinch run. He could play. He could start. It doesn't matter if he starts or not. You want him to start. He's a good fielder. I cannot be more happy with what the Yankees have did. And I was happy yesterday when they sat there and today and said, we're releasing Marcus Stroman and going with what we have and seeing how this is going to take effect. I'm more of a fan of what the Yankees did at the deadline right now, and that is why I decided to go live. Because I'm more a fan of what the Yankees did right now. As Guy LaSorsa says, great point. Pete, he also hits 278 with runners in scoring position. It'd be exciting to see the lineup today. Ahmed Rosario also. Don't forget him. But what people were forgetting about Ahmed Rosario is he's not a great defender. It's going to be hard to say we'll put him at shortstop over Anthony Volpe if he keeps struggling. But Jose Cabayto, it's not hard to do that with. You can throw him out there because you know he's going to field too. A lot of times with Anthony Volpe, what's always been the Yankees' excuse? Defense. It's been defense. It's been defense. Well, we can't take him out because he's so good defensively, right? Well, he hasn't been this year. He hasn't been this year. I think the Yankees have also added really good clubhouse guys that can make a difference for this club. Jose Caballero has always been known as that guy. Ahmed Rosario, we've already seen it. Jason Dominguez, when the kid doesn't play, he gets pinch hit for. He's going bananas when the guy gets a hit. When he was supposed to bat. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. So yeah, I see some people in the chat that talking about fundamentals and all this, fundamentals and all that. I understand you. I feel you. But it's hard to change all of that in the span of 3 weeks. You can't be upset that the Yankees did help it. That's why I said you got the ammunition, but now it's up to Aaron Boone. Now it's up to Boone. Boone can sit back and go, I'm going to get Ben Rice more starts at catcher. I'm going to get Jose Caballero in a start at shortstop over Volpe. I'm going to get Ahmed Rosario out there, or he's going to pinch hit late in the game, or he's going to run in a game, or Stanton gets on, Caballero runs for him. You're down by 1, he could steal a base. And again, Yankees for the win. I want to put this message directly to you, right? Because I said this early. You may not have seen it. I literally said after all of this, Aaron Boone should be more in the hot seat more than ever right now than before. Because if we take away all the rumors that even I've heard from players, I've heard from past players that, hey, Pete, hold on, you're too much with Boone. This is how it happens. Okay, I'll listen to you. He gets this. Okay, fine, that's the deal. Forget about it, right? Forget about it. Let's play along and say that Boone is really doing everything like they tell us he is, right? Okay, we're going to listen to you, Yankees. Cashman, greatest manager alive, right? If he leaves, forget about it. He's the best. Okay, awesome. I'm happy about that. Here's why I'm happy about that. Now you can really manage because you can't sit there and go, it was hard to manage before because, the pieces on the bench weren't that good and this and that. No, they're good now. Now they're good. Now you can really be a great strategist. You can plan a series out and be super good. If you fail with this and we see the same type of shit on and on and on again, brother, you have to go. Now you have to go. Because I'm sorry, but I ain't blaming Brian Cashman this year. I ain't blaming any of these, Mike Fishman for this year. I ain't blaming Hal Steinbrenner for this year. I got to blame the manager who's leading the team on the field at that point because, hey, you're telling us you're not the puppet. I'd rather you come out there and say, no, I am a puppet, it's them. Well, now you really got a team that you can maneuver a lot with. We could think about it in our head right now. Lefties on the mound, great. A lefty's on the mound, interesting. That's nice. You got Caballero. You got Stanton. You got Ahmed Rosario. You actually have options to say, if we need to flood right-handers, we could basically flood right-handers. Caballero could play second base too. You could flood right-handers. Ahmed Rosario plays third base. You could flood right-handers. As Joe Giammarino just said, the ball is in Boone's court now, and that's all there is to it. I want every fan here. I'll never tell you how to fan. But I want you guys to hear me when I say this. I'm not thinking Boone is a puppet right now for the rest of this year. I'm not going to do it because this is what they've told us. Okay, so I'm going to listen. I'm going to play along. No matter what I know, I'm going to play along with you. I better see strategy every game. That's the least I can ask for, right? Real deal strategy. Real deal strategy. That's it. Oh, Nobody's asking I'm not asking anybody to trust Aaron Boone. I'm not saying that. I'm not asking the Yankees to trust Aaron Boone. Not at all. I'm not asking the fans to trust him. All I'm saying is, if we listen to what they tell us, he's the greatest manager ever. Well, you just got gifted a buffet of strategy. A team got the bases loaded, second and third, one out. You got like 5 fucking starters you could go to that punch people out like it was yesterday's newspaper. Bing! Whoever you want. Who do you want to go to? You could go to Bednar. You could go to Weaver. You could go to Duvall. You could go to Bird. You could go to Cruz. Who do you want to go to get out of this jam? And if that one doesn't work, you can go to the next guy. You're down by 1 run in the ninth. Stanton gets a walk. You got one of the best stolen base guys in the game on your bench now. Strategy, folks. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see the strategy. In my opinion, he's on the hot seat. Now, hopefully they make the change when it comes to the Devin Williams shit and all that. We'll see. But nobody could deny that you don't have the pieces now. You do. Now, don't get me wrong. If a starter sucks ass, that's the one thing they didn't really fix. Got to see how Louis Hill comes back. But if a starter sucks ass, that's the one-offs. It's hard to navigate a bullpen for 7 innings, 6 innings, hell, even 5 innings at times. But when you get a starter that gives you 5 innings, 3 runs, and hopefully your offense is producing a bit now that you got more weapons, I feel like you should be able to navigate that bullpen good enough that if you got a decent lead, you can win this. Jake says, I agree with you completely, Pete. It looks like they're thinking a little different now. Releasing Stroman, knowing you're eating $18 million, says a lot about the front office. Also, DJ LeMahieu. They couldn't make all these moves if DJ LeMahieu was still here. They revamped their bullpen. They revamped their bench. They made the game easier on the starters. Because what have I been saying? And this is why I love doing what I do, because I can reference what I said because you guys are always there. When Fernando Cruz went down, what did I say? You better hope your starters give you 6 or 7. Because how you winning? Well, they haven't. And the Yankees have had another losing month in July. Well, now, you better hope your starter could give you 5. That would be nice, right? 5 innings, 3 runs. I think we can manage. It's a big difference as a starter. You're taking the ball that day. Carlos Rodon's going to take the ball today and go, all right, cool. Cool, I've been struggling a bit as of late. You know, I'm facing the Miami Marlins. Okay. Let me give this team, if I give this team 6 innings today, I got a 2-run lead. I feel pretty fucking good. I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. That's big for the Yankees. Danny, I'm right there with you, brother. I do not believe Devin Williams should be the closer, but we're going to find out. Old Sarge. Do I believe that Aaron Boone can manage? No, I'm going to sit here right now and say, I don't think so. I don't like Aaron Boone as the Yankee manager. People a lot of times confuse that with, you just don't like Aaron Boone. No. I have nothing against Aaron Boone. I don't like Aaron Boone as the Yankee manager. What is wrong with that? There is nothing wrong in saying that. I don't like him as a manager of this team. Doesn't have nothing to do with him as a human. 0. But now we're going to really know, because now I'm holding him accountable. And I think every fan of the fan base should. He's this great manager, Brian Cashman told us. If we got rid of him, everybody's going to want him. Well, Brian, you just plugged up a lot of weaknesses on this club, and now your manager needs to go out there and be a better strategist than the other manager. If that's how it happens, but you guys say it is, so I'll believe it. You got all the pieces. Well, look. You know, them saying it right now, Marvin, I hate that they did. I'd rather it not be Devin Williams. But let's just say Devin Williams does this a couple of times and the other guys are dominating. I think they'll make a move. Based off some of the moves they made, I think they would make a move. And E. Diego with another good point. Mark Leiter Jr. is coming back. I'm not a fan of Mark Leiter Jr. I wasn't a fan when they got him. But what have I always said about Mark Leiter Jr.? If you could throw him in the 5th or the 6th inning, at least that's it. I'm okay with that. He should never be late in a game. And they have every opportunity to do that because the Yankees have 3 closers. You can make an argument 4 closers on this team now. So go do your damn thing. Here's another update. We're now over 600 votes. 80.2% say no. Over 600 votes on that poll right there that Devin Williams shouldn't be the closer. But ladies and gentlemen, again, Marcus Stroman has been released by the New York Yankees. He is now gone from this club. And again, folks, I don't care about celebrating this. I don't care about Marcus Stroman. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, we all have receipts. We can throw a shit ton of receipts out there about all the stuff that Marcus Stroman has said about the New York Yankees. But Marcus Stroman is no longer a Yankee problem now. He is gone. He is gone from this club, and it was the right move to make via the New York Yankees. Very smart, great job, great deadline. Let's start tonight, and let's win a ball game tonight. Put this team together, run with it, and let's see what happens. According to everything we're hearing, Boone's the manager, right? He's the guy that's leading the charge. Well, now you got everything to lead this team with, and you're being held accountable, my friend. That's it. John Brophy says, breaking news, damn it. I should have wrote that in there. Breaking news. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch you guys on Game Season Live. But first, remember to like, share, and subscribe to NYYU. Ladies and gentlemen, love you guys. I can't wait for Game Season Live tonight. Peace out, folks. Catch you next time. 7 p.m. See you then.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. We come to collect. Did it all on my own, yeah. When it brought it back home, yeah. Now they calling my phone, yeah. But I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset. When they're at their best. We still not impressed. Did it all on my own, yeah. When it brought it back home, yeah. Bought a watch with the stones, yeah. Caught them watching my throne, yeah. Ain't no one doing the shit that we doing. Ain't nobody